Hey everyone, welcome back. Now we get the S rank Shu banner who can perform a true parrying attacks in Aether Gauger. I have noticed that many of you guys gonna skip her based on the comments from community tab, but I still make this guide for those interested in pulling her and trying her out. Shu might seem a bit complicated to use at the beginning like Hades, but once you get used to it, you'll find it fun to play. So without further ado, let's start the guide. Firstly, Shu is a rage type unit, so you need to continuously use normal attacks to save up rage in order to use her skills. Her extreme eddy dodge grants her 25 rage too, but doesn't trigger the 0 time. Shu operates in two stances, the attack stance and the defensive stance. You can easily identify her current stance by the color indicator in the corner of the screen. Blue indicates the attack stance, while green indicates the defensive stance. You can switch between these stances using skill 1. It deals the thunder damage and switch the stance at the same time. Even during the cooldown of skill 1, you can switch stance during skill animation of skill 2 or skill 3 by pressing skill 1. But skill 1 will not do any damage in this case. You can switch the stance without limit, but it costs 7 rage each time you change. This switching stance during skill animation is important for maximizing Shu's efficiency. In the attack stance, both skill 2 and skill 3 deal damage, and once it hits the enemy, a follow-up attack will be enabled. And you will get lightning rod mark once the follow-up attack hits the enemy. You can cancel the skill animation once it hits the enemy, but this will decrease the damage output. So in attack stance, it is better not to cancel skill animation. Also, once you enable the follow-up attack, it will last until you use it or switch the stance, so you don't need to rush to use the follow-up attack. In the defensive stance, both skill 2 and skill 3 does not gain follow-up attack. But if Shu is hit by an enemy during skill animation, she releases the counter attack. Counter attack in the defensive stance will get a different road mark. Additionally, it's important not to cancel the skill animation to initiate counter attacks. Ensure is not taking any damage during these counter attacks. When you accumulate 6 marks, you can unleash the powerful attack with skill 1, which is her most powerful attack. Let's call this as power attack for simplicity. This power attack can be used in either stance. The skill animation differs between stance, but the total damage is the same. All marks are consumed after this power attack, and in the attack stance, she becomes temporarily invincible when she is in flying motion. Importantly, it does not matter from which stance you accumulate the marks. Once you have 6, you can unleash the power attack by using skill 1. Furthermore, counter attacks from the defensive stance tend to be stronger than skills in the attack stance, so using counter attacks frequently helps to increase the damage output. Ultimate skills deal thunder damage and boost the combat resource charge speed for the team and increase critical damage. This makes the ultimate skill valuable for team support. Now let's see how to switch stance and acquire lightning rod marks effectively. This will be different if you have signature functor, so let's check out both scenario with and without a signature functor. When in attack stance, if you are about to be hit during a skill animation of skill 2 or skill 3, simply use skill 1 to switch stance. This works same as you use skills from the defensive stance, as Shu will automatically execute a counter attack. However, this counter attack will not be triggered if you switch stance during the follow-up attack, so remember to switch stance before using the follow-up attack. From the defensive stance, you can switch stance during skill animation of skill 2 or skill 3 if the enemy is not attacking you. This will allow you to gain a follow-up attack in an attack stance. This enables you to swiftly manage skill cooldowns and collect marks. In combat, you need to switch the stance based on the situation flexibly. Also, even if you switch the stance, you can switch again if the counter attack or follow-up attack is not triggered. Let's see some examples. So combat without signature functor looks like this. Honestly, I feel stick to one stance is also fine if you want. Now let's look into the signature functor first. It boosts the damage of counter attacks and follow attacks, but more importantly, it allows you to execute counter attacks and follow attacks together with a single skill. Without the signature functor, you cannot initiate a counter attack after a follow attack or vice versa as previously mentioned. However, with the signature functor, this becomes possible. You can trigger both a counter attack and a follow attack with a single skill, earning 2 marks. Consequently, you will deal more damage in the same amount of time, and you can use power attack twice as fast. Moreover, you can even trigger counter attacks or follow attacks twice in succession with the signature functor. For these reasons, the signature functor is highly recommended for Shu. The combat with signature functor looks like this. Yellow code is not commonly used, so let's check the red and blue code. Red code focus on enhancing counterattacks. It grants a damage buff to counterattacks and additional attack and critical rate buff with each counterattack or follow-up attack. With the last code, you can trigger counter attacks at any time when using the power attack in defensive stance. This counter attack will not consume marks if executed at the right timing. The counter attack triggered by power attack also reduces wind and thunder resistance, so it is important to mix counter attack triggered by power attack with counter attack from skill 2 or skill 3 for maximum efficiency. Blue code focus on enhancing power attack. Each mark obtained in a stance grants a damage buff to the power attack and provide additional effects depending on the stance. Marks from the attack stance deal additional damage to the power attack in attack stance, while marks from the defensive stance trigger 0 time when the power attack is executed in the defensive stance. The duration of 0 time depends on the number of marks. Additionally, only marks matching the stance are consumed when the power attack is used. In this code, you can mix the marks and use power attack more quickly. For example, collect 4 marks from the defensive stance and 2 marks from the attack stance, allowing you to use the power attack in the attack stance initially, and then quickly gather 2 more marks from the defensive stance to execute another power attack in the defensive stance. If you have 6 marks from defensive stance but use power attack in attack stance, the first power attack will be used without consuming any marks, then can use power attack again right after in defensive mode. Consequently, stance switching becomes more important in this code. You can choose either code based on your preference or mix with 2 red and 1 blue code. You can go for Thunder Damage Sigil with Spartan Sigil for better rage management, or choose the Feeder of the Pacifier for increased damage output. Another option is the Nibel Sigil, which enhances the team support by increasing the frequency of the ultimate skill. For enchanting, go for the common dealer option such as Attack, Critical Rate and Damage, Thunder Damage, Heal Damage, or Ultimate Skill Charge Speed and Rage related enchant. Shu can be teamed up with A rank Varadandi for ultimate skill chain, and add Tsukuyomi for thunder damage team, or Kuni for lowering thunder resistance. Another option is team up with S rank Osiris and A rank Shu to form a Nile team with Genjon bonus. Also, you can simply add Hera and any other dealer or supporter too. In summary, Shu is an exciting character to play, offering a unique playstyle with her counter attacks and stance switching mechanics. The sad thing is, her banner comes right after Hades and might not seem as strong in comparison. However, if you enjoy her playstyle, she can be very fun character to play. I think if she can get some buff with synchronization in future, she can rise in tier list similar to Skadi in the latest version. Regardless, I hope this guide has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.